Hi friends, it's Mrs. Canada and I have a question for you. Have you ever seen an angel? Not on TV or in a movie, not on a poster or on a t-shirt, but in real life. Our story today comes from this book, Angels Among Us, with true stories of who angels are and how they show up in our lives. Would you like a copy of this book? If so, MISDA Kids has 5 copies we would love to give away to the first 5 families who email us at misdakids@misda.org. If you listen to the story and love it, you should go and email us today. Today's story is called Helped by an Angel. About 100 years ago, the Hovland family moved from Hawaii to Missouri. Sometime during this period, Mr. Halver had an experience he loves to recount. It was harvest time, and in those days the farmers cut their grain with a scythe. One cloudy Friday afternoon, when the grain was perfectly ripe, Mr. Fogelman, a neighbor, came over and said, "Halver, you have to cut your crop tomorrow, or it'll go down on you." Now, from a farmer's standpoint, Mr. Fogelman's words made sense, because when grain becomes overripe, the weight of the heads makes it lie down flat in the field, and it's impossible to reap. You can lose an entire crop this way. Halver's reply was, "Well, it'll just have to go down then, Mr. Fogelman, because tomorrow is Saturday, the 7th-day Sabbath, and the 4th commandment tells us to do no work on that day. I am going to choose to trust in God and harvest my grain the next day." "You're crazy," Mr. Fogelman responded. "It's cloudy, and by tomorrow it might even rain. You'd better get an early start in the morning, Sabbath or no Sabbath." But Mr. Halver remained firm in his convictions. He prayed that the storm clouds would pass over and that the ripened grain would remain standing until Sunday. And his prayer was answered. All day Sunday he worked under the hot sun, cutting swath after swath of grain with his scythe. He hardly stopped to rest, and by nightfall, instead of getting only half the crop harvested, he was surprised to find he had covered the entire field. When he went into the house, he told his wife, Carrie, he was so thankful to have his crop all cut, and he was amazed he could do it in just one day. On Monday morning, Mr. Fogelman came back. "Well, Halver, I see you got all your grain cut. But where did you find someone to help you on Sunday? You know we are all strict Sunday keepers around here, and I didn't think of anyone who was available to hire for that day." "What do you mean?" Halver said. "Nobody helped me. I did it all by myself." Fogelman said, "Now, Halver, I've always known you to be a man of your word, and you've never lied to me all these years you've lived here, so don't start now. You know good and well it takes 2 days to cut that field of grain, and here it's done all in one day. Now, who did you get to help you?" Halver again replied, "No one. I'm telling you, no one helped me." By this time, Mr. Fogelman was puzzled, and he said, "Halver, I know what I saw. There was a man who followed you all day long. He walked right behind you. I watched him from my kitchen window. He had a scythe just like yours, and when you cut a swath, he would cut a swath. When you stopped to clean your scythe, he would stop and clean his scythe. When you stopped to rest, he stopped to rest." Halver loved to tell this story to his children and grandchildren, and would always finish by reading this verse from the Bible: "The angel of the Lord encamps all around those who fear him and delivers them." Psalm 34:7. If you'd like an easy way to remember this special Bible promise, enjoy this memory verse song from MISDA Kids. The angel of the Lord encamps all around those